Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly Stevens. I'm a teacher and author, and this is English Nerd. So I taught AP Literature for over 10 years. I have various videos on this channel about AP Literature as well, and so every year, the day before the exam, I become a little mini internet celebrity. So I get to hear from a lot of students in May about what they wish they had done in the fall, and usually it comes down to one thing, the one thing that AP English Literature students wish that they had done in the fall to prepare them for the exam in May, and that is read. This might seem really obvious, but it's amazing how many students don't read. But I mean that in two senses, so I'm going to go through those. So first of all, just reading in general. AP Literature is more of a skills-based test than a knowledge-based test. Yes, there are things you need to know, there are terms you need to study, things like that, but it's more the skill of analyzing. Can you read well? And in order to do that, you do need to read the great works, not spark notes of them, not, oh, that was assigned, but I didn't do it. So I know that you out there have different levels of schools, different kinds of teachers, some that really don't assign reading, some that assign a bunch. But regardless of where you are, reading is an absolutely key part of doing well on the exam. And also, just what a privilege to read some of these books. So if you're looking for a book to start with, I have a series going on right now on my channel, going through The Picture of Dorian Gray, which is a beautiful, relatively short novel. And so if you're not sure where to start, you can just follow along. You can read the chapters and then watch the videos and get a really good idea of not only what happens, but why and kind of how some analysis works. So the second thing that I mean by make sure to read, besides, make sure that you have read a few books by the end of the 2 semesters, is don't just skim. This was what my students in my classes told me when I asked them at the end of the year, what do you wish you had known? What advice would you give to the people coming up into the next class of AP Literature students? And many of them said, I've been a good English student, I always do all my reading, but that also means that I've kind of learned some shortcuts along the way, and that has not helped me for this class. This class, you need to actually slow it down, read the works, picture them in your mind, get to know the characters, read it like you would something for yourself. If you read for fun on the side, how you get into it in a way that sometimes people separate from English class reading, but that's the level of reading that will really benefit you in the long run. So even if you don't read 10 books this year, maybe you read 2 or 3, make sure that you're reading them well, that you're slowing down enough to really digest what's being said, to get to the point where if somebody quoted something that a character said that was just typical of them and their personality and everything, that you'd know who that is because you know the personality of the different characters. Not because you memorized the whole thing, but just because you read it in a deliberate kind of way. So that is my main piece of advice. For those of you who are beginning AP Literature this year, good luck. I know you can do it. You don't need to start with the Brothers Karamazov. You can start with something simpler like The Great Gatsby, that's written in a style that is not as complex. I have several videos on my channel of both really short classic books, easy to read classic books, kind of beginner classic books. So wherever you fall there are bound to be some good suggestions if you need suggestions to read throughout the year. So yeah, that's my number one piece of advice. Read and read well. Good luck. I know you can do it. And I'll see you in May.